This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Welcome back to the X-Zone, everyone. My name is Rob McConnell. We're coming to you live and around the world from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Worldwide toll-free, 1-800-610-7035. Email xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On all social media sites, X-Zone Radio TV. And our main website, where you can listen to the X-Zone 7/24/365, is www.xzoneradiotv.com. X-Zone Nation, my guest this hour is a good friend of the X-Zone. Jose Escamilla is his name, and everyone who knows anything about ufology knows that Jose is one of the most hardworking, dedicated UFO researchers out there. And Jose, it's always a great pleasure talking to you, my friend, but I must tell you, I was shocked yesterday when I went onto Facebook and saw what had happened. Let our listeners know.
Well, you know, Rob, it's good to be back on your show.
Thanks, buddy.
I wrote a screenplay back in 1982. Mm-hmm. At that time, it was called Deinonychus. And it was about a dinosaur that was the newly discovered dinosaur in the world, man. Right. It is what is now known as a raptor. But Spielberg and them changed history, man. These dinosaurs were called Deinonychus. So what's been happening is I wrote the screenplay. It's called Deinonychus, the ultimate dinosaur movie. And I had John Dykstra Studios that was going to build my Go Motion dinosaurs with Phil Tippett.
Right.
And this was back in 1988 that I approached them. And they said, okay, we're going to get Stan Winston, whose studios are next door to us, to make the skins for the dinosaurs. Okay? And right. I was okay with that and everything else. I delivered scripts to Stan Winston Studios, John Dykstra Studios. And, you know, John Dykstra was involved with Star Wars and Phil Tippett. You know, they were involved with Star Wars back in the day. So anyway, I didn't think anything of it. And I had a $12 million budget approved. I had $12 million coming at me
right
in 1990.
That's a lot of money back then, and it's a lot of money today too, my friend.
$2.8 million was going to go for the Go Motion dinosaurs.
Right.
The scenes in my movie, there was like 28 what we call plates.
Yep.
So everything was cool. And then Spielberg announced Jurassic Park. And when that happened, I lost my funding. We did not want to compete against Spielberg, you know. But at the same time, my movie in itself is just as good as any other movie out there about dinosaurs. I mean, my film is really a badass butt-kicking film, man, you know. And I didn't think anything of it. You know, Jurassic Park came out, and because Jurassic Park spent like hundreds of millions of dollars developing the CGI and everything else, it now became apparent that I could make my movie for far less than $12 million. I could make it for like $6 million, and because of the software that was developed by Spielberg and Lucas,
Right.
I was now able to make my dinosaurs come to life and make them realistic. All I needed to do was just get them built and everything else. But Jurassic Park 2 came out, and they used a scene right out of my original screenplay. Now, you have to wonder, I had given my screenplay to Stan Winston, John Dykstra, and I'm sure Spielberg and them got a hold of it, and they used a scene directly from my original screenplay about the girls stuck in this shack, and the dinosaurs are trying to get at them. That's in Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah.
But that idea was from my screenplay. I mean, the only thing different was they came out and went out the windows and everything else. In my screenplay, they escaped by climbing up the cliff that was behind the shack. So, but anyway, that was then. So I said, well, okay, so they used a part of my film. I'm going to rewrite my screenplay, and we'll do it eventually,
Sure.
And so what happens is, all these years, I've tried to raise the money. I've had it with producers. I've had it with studios. I just haven't been able to get my film made. But then suddenly, now we have Jurassic World. And what happens is in Jurassic World, they use about a third of my scenes from my original screenplay written by me. Okay, in Jurassic World, they've used my screenplay. If I was to produce my film tomorrow, release it, they're going to say, "Oh, he copied Spielberg." The guy with the motorcycle and the raptors chasing him and everything else. He stole that from Spielberg. No, sorry, Spielberg took it from me, from my screenplay. The scene where D'Onofre extends his hand out, and the dinosaur bites his hand and then kills him. That's directly from a scene in my screenplay. Okay. Also, there's so many different references that they use from my movie, man. The mercenaries, the soldiers that are out there and they're using night vision,
right?
And these dinosaurs attack them. That's directly from my screenplay.
And your screenplay was written when, Jose?
1982.
So we're talking what? We're talking a long time ago now. Jose, when I do a TV script, when I do a TV treatment, when I do a TV proposal or a radio show proposal, I always register my documents with the Writers Guild of America.
Yeah, my film is registered with Writers Guild.
So can't the Writers Guild do something? Because you've been plagiarized, buddy.
I did, and right now, because of the listing that I put on Facebook yesterday or day before, I'm going to raise stink. I sent a copy of the presentation I did on Facebook to Spielberg's attorney. Okay?
Yeah.
I said, guys, you're going to have to take care of me. You're going to have to compensate me for what you did because you stole deliberately. You stole from me. These things that you have on screen are my ideas, man. Yeah. They're in my screenplay.
Hey, if that happened to Spielberg, he'd be breathing down your neck in no time flat.
Oh, he'd be on me like
a fat kid on Smarties.
There you go, man. So, and I've buckled under the system. I know the system in Hollywood, man. Yeah. I don't want to make waves, but they ripped me off. Rob, they ripped me off. And I'm not going to rest until I get something out of this because they're making multi-millions of dollars. I can never produce my film now and, if I was to, like I said, if I was to make my movie tomorrow,
Yeah.
people are going to say he stole Spielberg's idea. You know, because there's a scene there where there's a guy on a motorcycle and these raptors are chasing him and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's right in Spielberg's movie. There's a scene where the mercenaries or the soldiers get attacked and night vision goggles and everything else. That's right out of my screenplay. There's a scene where, like I said, D'Onofrio extended his hand,
Right.
and the dinosaur bites his hand and then tears him up. That's right from my screenplay, man. I mean, and that's only part of it. There's a lot of other things. So I'm not going to rest. I'm going to raise hell.
That's unbelievable, my friend. You know, like, I know how hard you work. I know how diligent you are. And is it possible now? Is it just possible that somebody presented this script to Spielberg as their own script?
No, I think what happened was Stan Winston had my screenplay back in 1989.
Right.
So when Spielberg announced Jurassic Park, he says, "Hey, there's a dinosaur movie that's going to be competing with you guys, and here's a copy." And he gave this to Spielberg, and they stole a scene from it. I mean, there's no way that I could say that, okay, well, you know, plagiarism does not happen in Hollywood. No, it does happen.
Apparently it happens all the time.
Yeah, they stole a part of my script in Jurassic Park 2. I deleted that from my screenplay,
Right.
and wrote it and came up with the latest screenplay that I have. But now they have used my screenplay as a base, you know, for their screenplays on Jurassic Park. And I'm not going to sit down and let them do this to me anymore, man.
So what's your game? What's your game plan?
Well, first of all, I've contacted his attorney.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear from Spielberg himself, and I want to say, Steven, why did you guys use part of my screenplay? You know, if you're going to do that, there's a thing here in Hollywood where, you know, you can hire me as a co-writer,
Right.
Contributing screenplay, whatever. But you owe me some money, brother, and you owe me a part of the movie, because these scenes that he has in Jurassic World are major scenes, man, and they're right out of my screenplay.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to send you a copy of my screenplay, and when you read it, you're going to go, you know, this is exactly like Jose's script.
Well, you know, Jose, there are very few people in this world that I say I believe to, but I've known you for nearly 24 years, my friend, and
Yes.
I do believe you. And I think that this is wrong. It's an atrocity. It is a theft. And, I'm pissed off for you because somebody ripped off my friend.
I know, Rob, and thank you so much for having me on your show tonight, because people need to know
Sure they do.
that this kind of stuff happens in this town. But for Spielberg to rip me off so blatantly, I mean, my screenplay is almost page by page identical to the scenes that he has in this new movie, Jurassic World. I mean, my gosh, man, I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to raise hell.
Unbloody believable.
Yeah.
Unbloody believable.
And thank you for having me on.
Oh,
because
anytime, Jose. I saw that last night, and I said we had to get you on. In fact, I contacted the guest who was scheduled here. I said, "Listen, a good friend of mine has an issue that I need to address on air." And he says, "Rob, a good friend of yours, let me know when I can come back on your show." And bang, he gave up his spot for you.
Well, tell him I appreciate it, and God bless him. But, you know,
Yeah.
the word has to get out that Steven Spielberg, Universal Studios, Amblin Entertainment, DreamWorks, they ripped me off, man. And they're going to have to pay me
You know,
I shut up.
You know, Jose, this, I think, my friend, you're opening up a can of worms that should have been opened up a long time ago. Because how many other people have been ripped off? You know, who knows that maybe one of the greatest movies of all time was sent in to somebody for their perusal, and the guy gets back to them or doesn't get back to them, and this movie is then produced, and whoever, you know, this scriptwriter is, this screenwriter is, you know, says, oh, geez, you know, I've just been beat by Steven Spielberg, and, you know, he's too big, I can't do anything. But here you are, my friend, saying, hey, I'm not going to let this crap go down. You owe me money. You stole my ideas. You ripped me off. You'd never do that to anybody. So why should anybody do it to you?
Exactly, man. And, you know, this is not the first time that Spielberg's been on the can about this type of thing. I mean, really? He ripped off E.T.
No
E.T.,
way.
There was a big lawsuit back in the 80s about E.T. and how he had ripped off the screenplay and everything else. And, you know, they settled out of court. As a matter of fact, I know the attorney that sued Spielberg at that time. I should contact him.
Oh, you should. You should.
I just, the other day, I was just sitting here and I go, you know what, damn it. I'm going to write this. And I just wrote it on Facebook just out of the blue. I've had no plans about suing Spielberg or going after him, that kind of deal. I just said, you know what? I'm pissed off. Yeah. I can't even make my movie now without it being compared to Spielberg, you know?
That is so wrong. But you know what you're doing, my friend? You're doing what a lot of other people are starting to do. They're starting to say up and stand up. Well, you've always stood up. And you know, said what's on your mind, because you've always been there, and I know that you've helped other people in similar situations. But what I'm seeing is more and more people are not allowing themselves to be pushed around anymore.
Yeah.
It's like there's the global awakening going on.
Exactly. It's time that us people stand for our rights, man.
Right on.
And you know what? I don't give a crap how big of a star you are, how big of a director, how big of a studio you are. Uh-huh. You're not going to take advantage of me anymore. You're going to pay me for what you did.
And rightfully so. And
one way or the other.
Wow.
And being on your show, Rob, making this presentation, these people are going to find out that I'm not screwing around, man. And I swear to gosh, man, I will send you my screenplay. I will give my screenplay available to anyone, and you're gonna see that. Wow, that's just like the scene out of Jurassic World, man. I mean, really. So,
when you were talking to the, you know, you were saying that you received approval for a budget of $12 million. And it was pulled back. Why? What was the reason that you were giving why the budget was withdrawn?
Well, at that time, this was 1989, and the people that I had starring in my film, I had Bolo Ewing. Do you know who Bolo is?
Nope.
He was the big Chinese guy in Enter the Dragon, the big muscle-bound guy.
Yeah.
That kicked butt on Enter the Dragon. Bolo Ewing. I met him at a Chinese restaurant in L.A. here, and he was all cool about it. He says, Bolo versus dinosaurs. It was already cool, man. I had Billy Green Bush, who co-starred with Mel Gibson in a film called The River. Yeah. Billy Green Bush. He was going to play in it. The reason he decided to go ahead and do my film is if I gave his son, I believe his name is Chris, a starring role, which I did. I had a whole cast situation. Billy Green Bush and his son. I had Carlos Palomino, the former boxer, welterweight champion. He was going to play in it. I had all these. I had the cast already done, man. I mean, it was going to be a good film, man, and it was a badass movie. And I had a $12 million budget, and then Spielberg announces Jurassic Park. My investors said, Guy, we love your movie, but we're not going to compete with Spielberg. And, you know, here's the thing. when Spielberg announced Jurassic Park, it killed my movie. But then again, I had Phil Tippett, John Dykstra Studios that were going to do the Go Motion dinosaurs, and I had Stan Winston, who was going to build the skins to my dinosaurs. Okay? I had all that lined up. I had a guy at Warner Brothers that was going to get me a deal with Warner Brothers, and I had Paramount Pictures ready to do a negative pickup deal for me. But once Spielberg announced Jurassic Park, forget it, man. My deal was done.
You know, while we were talking, I just checked a few things on the internet, and this story here is all about Steven Spielberg and plagiarism. You know, you've got Amistad in 1997, Jaws in 1975, Great White in 1981, Chicken Run in 2000, Twister in 1996, Tornado in 1996, What Lies Beneath in 2000, Disturbia in 2005, and B-Movie. Let's see. Steven Spielberg's film Amistad was derived from Barbara Chase Rebaud's novel Echo of the Lines about an American revolt on a slave ship. Steven Spielberg is in court, argued that nobody owns history, therefore they had every right to use the book without the permission or payment. Their denials are not based on the ideas. They don't plagiarize, blah, 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 blah. Where Amistad was concerned, this girl had the goods on Spielberg. He was hands down guilty, but they claimed to have that right. Let me see. Jaws, the combination of scene for scene stealing and the paper trail leading from Jackie O's desk to Spielberg's office made this one of the clearest cases of plagiarism many committed by Spielberg. So this seems to be a pattern.
Yeah, but you know what? He's not going to screw with me. I've got him cold, man. He is not going to escape my wrath because I got him by the balls, dude. I got him down, man. There's no way he can say, it was just a happenstance where my writers came up with the same idea
well,
years later.
Know, if that was the only case, okay, the benefit of the doubt is there. However, he's got a history of this.
Well, yeah, he does. Of course he does, man. And, he's got all the money in the world where he can pay people off and buy them out and everything else. But you know what? Where it comes to me and my film and my screenplay, he's not going to screw with me, man, because I'm not going to let him. He knows. He's going to know he's screwed with the wrong dude, man.
Jose, tell me what it was like when you put the pieces together and you said, my God, that's my work.
Oh, man. First of all, he used one of my scenes in one of my earlier screenplay rewrites in Jurassic Park 2. This was in the 90s, and I go, God dang it, man. He stole that right out of my screenplay. And I believe that Stan Winston and John Dykstra gave him my original movie screenplay. The film was called Deinonychus. And I said, man, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase that from my screenplay, and I'm just going to rewrite it and delete that shack thing. And I let it go. Now, here it is, 2015, and he has totally used like 30% of my screenplay in this film. I'm not going to let it go. This is it. Screw you, man. I don't give a crap who you are. I don't care how wealthy you are and how big of a producer and director you are.
You know what? It doesn't matter how much money he has. It doesn't matter who he is. The fact is that he stole from you.
Yes. He ripped me off, man, and he's going to pay for it one way or the other. I mean, you know what, Rob? I'm not the kind of guy that makes up crap and goes after the money. It's not about that. It's like, you know what, sucker? You stole and killed my movie. All right? And you're going to pay for that, sucker. I'm going to go after you, Spielberg. I'm going after you, man. And you know who I am. I know he knows who I am.
Unbelievable, buddy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, listen, you and I have to take a short commercial break. We'll be right back after the news. Jose, always glad talking to you. I'm sorry it's under these conditions tonight, but you know you're always welcomed here anytime, any day, whenever you want to come on, buddy. Let our listeners know how they can find out more about you, because you've got a lot of videos for sale. DVDs for sale on your website.
Yeah, and I'm almost finished with my new movie, UFOs from Outer Space.
Oh, wow.
It'll be out in the next couple of weeks, and that movie is going to make history because it proves that NASA has been hiding stuff from us since the early 1950s.
Not NASA. All right, what's your website?
tblnfilms.com.
All right, Exonation. During the news break here, why don't you go to tblnfilms.com. Check out what Jose has to sell you. He's got some great stuff there, and Jose and I will be back on the other side of this very short news break.
Right back, man.
All right, Jose Escamilla is my guest, a good friend of the X Zone, and I can't believe it. You know, like, it wouldn't bother me if Spielberg did this to somebody I didn't know and like and respect.
Oh,
but man, he went after you, Jose, a buddy. This is where he crossed the line in my books.
Exactly, man. Thank you.
Hey, take care. Don't go away. We'll be right back. This is the X Zone. I am Rob McConnell, and we're coming to you from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Jose Escamilla is my very special guest. tblnfilms.com, and we'll both be back on the other side of this news break. Don't go away. Modern Esoteric, Beyond Our Senses by Brad Olson, consummates the lifeology story about where humanity originates. It is the lost continents, the primitive wisdom, the mythos of creation, and the rethinking of ancient history as we are taught in academia. There is much more to the story than what we have been told. As this is the first book in the Esoteric series, Modern Esoteric starts at the beginning of time and accelerates up to this modern age. Future Esoteric is book 2 in the series and takes a forward-looking position ahead of today with an open and honest examination of the ET issue and various unexplained phenomena. To discover the writings of author Brad Olson, visit www.bradolson.com. That's www.bradolson.com. With each new extreme weather event or terrorist act, it becomes increasingly obvious that we live in uncertain and challenging times. We all buy car insurance. Why not collapse and catastrophe insurance? Matthew Stein, an MIT-trained engineer and green builder, has written 2 outstanding books to help people prepare, plan for, and deal with everything from minor situations lasting a few days to full-on collapse. Matt's first book, When Technology Fails, is a manual for self-reliance, sustainable living, and surviving the long emergency. This massive book covers the gamut from first aid and emergency preparedness to alternative healing, renewable energy, primitive living skills, and 18th century technologies that could be critical to your comfort and survival in a long-lasting crisis. Matt's second book, When Disaster Strikes, is a comprehensive emergency preparedness handbook and survival guide. When Disaster Strikes is an essential item for every family's go bag. Both books are available at all usual sources. There's a wealth of totally free information posted at whentechfails.com, and author-signed copies may be purchased at mattstein.com. That's www.whentechfails.com and www.mattstein.com. Do you think you have energy problems in your home? Do you feel better when you're away than when you're home? Joey Korn is a global leader in the world of dowsing who specializes in personal energy clearing and space clearing. He can help you create an ideal energy environment in your home no matter where you live in the world. Learn about his remote spiritual house cleaning services and much more at www.dowsers.com. You can get Joey's book, Dowsing, A Path to Enlightenment, as well as other dowsing books and tools, Kabbalah books, and Walter Russell books. Joey's work is really amazing. Go to dowsers.com right now. That's DOWSERS.com or call 1-877-DOWSING. That's 1-877-369-7464. All right, we've got the war drums beating here at the X Zone. My buddy Jose Escamilla has been ripped off. This is war.
It is. I'm going to war.
Going to war. Buddy, it's great having you with us. I've got to ask you this. As an American, tonight there was the second debate on TV with all the 15 candidates of the GOP. What do you think about the political arena that has surfaced in the U.S.?
I have to figure out, number one, who do we have? Zeb Bush, Hillary Clinton, all right, and, Donald Trump. Come on, man. You have to go look at the parade of idiots. What are we going to do? Who are we going to vote for? Zeb Bush? Come on, man. Yeah. Hillary Clinton for president? Give me a break, man. What are we? Americans are stupid.
Oh, I don't think Americans are stupid. I think that every country has its ups and downs. Like hey, listen, just look at the Canadian political scene. It equals the U.S.
Well, I take that back. Americans that vote for these idiots are stupid. Really. Zeb Bush, come on, man. Hillary Clinton, give me a break. Donald Trump running for president? Are you kidding me?
Well,
I heard Kanye West is running for president.
Oh, Lord. If anybody would have told me a year ago that Donald Trump would have been running for the presidency of the United States, I would have told them they were nuts. I would have laughed.
I know. It's funny. It's nuts, man.
But is this what's going on? Like Donald Trump, he stirs the pot and he gets people talking. Now, when I look at what's going on with Russia, bringing military equipment into Syria, and I sit back and I look and I say, well, who would I rather see Putin go up against? Hillary Clinton? Well, she look what happened with Benghazi. Scratch her out. Jeb Bush, the guy looks like a dweeb. Scratch him out. Look at Obama, for God's sake. How he screwed up the entire thing with Syria. Bernie Sanders, I don't think he's got the guts to do it. And then Donald Trump. Well, wait a second. I think that Trump, out of the entire gang of them, would have the ability to face Putin one-on-one.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. They're not giving us a good choice. We're stuck with these idiots. So we have to vote. I'm not voting for any of these morons, man. But, most of the American people here are going to vote. I can't believe there are people voting for Hillary Clinton, man. Come on.
Yeah, that surprises me too. But what she's doing is she's raising the awareness for the plight of the female American. That's what she's doing, and she's good at that. However, when it comes to running a White House, I can't see her and Bill back there because now here's a question for you as an American. if Hillary Clinton becomes president and they move into the White House, does that mean that Bill Clinton becomes the first lady? And would that give Hillary Clinton the right to have an affair with a Monica Lewinsky?
Well, I think Bill Clinton was the first lady when he was president anyway. So, it's just crazy. I can't believe the choices we have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, man, Zeb Bush, Hillary, and, forget about it, man. Get rid of all these guys. Obama should be taken out immediately. Him and his man, Michael Obama. I mean, forget about it, man. Get him out of there.
You know what I'm surprised at, Jose? That no member of the UFO community has approached any of the candidates to get a response from them on the UFO connection.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Like, we've sent out letters, emails, and faxes to all 16. None of them have responded except with the nice letters that you usually get. But nobody has sent us any information, pertaining to the UFO question. And I think that this would be a great time for the UFO community to join forces and approach it as a single entity. Maybe they'd get some results.
I think it would be a good idea. It's just that, I don't know, these people that are ruining our government, I'm not going to say ruining our government, for whatever reason, they keep hiding the issues, man.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, man, the UFO phenomena is appearing worldwide every day.
Yeah.
And they don't even go toward checking it out, man. I mean, it's just nuts. I mean, what can you do?
I've also sent Pope Francis a letter asking for the Vatican's comments on UFOs, and nobody's contacted us yet there. Mind you, I'm not Catholic, so maybe they've checked their books and said McConnell. But,
well, the only thing the Vatican is involved with is, child molestation.
Right.
I mean, come on, man. They're all freaking child molesters, man. I mean, they're all part of the big deal, man. The big deal.
Yeah.
I think that discovery is going to be done by us people.
We the people. Yeah, and that it's funny you said that, because I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and he used the phrase "we the people." I said, well, if you really look at it, it's not we the people. It's I the person who tells we the people what you're going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you think that there will be a quiet revolution of some sort where the people will take back the power that they've given up so freely to Washington?
I'll tell you what, my movie, UFOs from Outer Space, is going to open it all up, because it's going to end the secrecy. This is NASA footage shot from 1950s till the present, and it proves that NASA has known about UFOs. They've been monitoring them since the early 1950s. I've got the footage. I've got the information. UFOs from Outer Space is going to break down the secrecy. It's going to break it down. I mean, if Stephen Bassett wants to show Congress a film about the disclosure about UFOs, they're going to use my movie. My movie presents, without a doubt, the proof that they've needed that NASA and foreign space agencies have been hiding from the world about UFOs from outer space. My film does it, man.
But all due respect, Jose, is it the responsibility of NASA to tell the population that UFOs are real, or is it the responsibility of the government or the governing body of each country to relay that information to the population? Because NASA gets funded by the government. If NASA was to open their mouth when they're not supposed to, they'll lose all funding.
Yeah, but I'm making their job easier.
Oh, okay.
I'm showing how NASA has been investigating UFOs since the early 1950s
right.
to the present. And there's no way they can deny any of the footage I present because this is their own footage.
Why, in your opinion, Jose, has there been the brakes put on the American space program except for going to Mars or Pluto or unmanned satellites?
I don't think there's been any breaks. I think they're visiting Mars. They're visiting Pluto. Mm-hmm. I have a segment in my movie about Planet 67B, and it's amazing, man. You know, we've spent billions of dollars sending a probe to this comet, which is not a comet, man. It's an artificial object that's coming towards Earth. And there's UFOs, there's cities, there's things on this comet, supposed comet. And for whatever reason, we've spent billions of dollars to go there.
Unreal. Well, you know, Jose, you're the person that I believe broke the story about there being moon bases as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Rob,
yes.
By the way, I'm glad you brought that up. This Friday, I am receiving a package which is going to give me the original Clementine mission photos that I have been waiting for all these years before they were tampered with. So, don't be surprised if I contact you on Saturday or Sunday and say, Rob, we got to do a show because of this particular object.
You tell me, I'll get you on.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting the Clementine mission photography before it was tampered with.
Unreal.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Unreal. Exonation, my guest this hour is Jose Escamilla. His website is tblnfilms.com. Jose has been ripped off by Steven Spielberg because why I'm just repeating this, I've just been told that the debate has finished. And let me see. Craig, do we have... Okay, where is it, buddy? Yeah, and the Starcom Radio Network has just rejoined our network. So to all the listeners of the Starcom Radio Network, welcome back here to the X Zone. And this is why I'm reintroducing Jose. His website is tblnfilms.com. And in the first half hour of this interview, Jose and I were discussing how Steven Spielberg ripped off his screenplay. And we're now talking about UFOs, and you have your brand new UFO DVD coming out when, Jose?
It'll be out in 2 weeks. And
they'll be able to purchase it along with other DVDs on your website, right?
Absolutely. It's going to be available for $9.99 for the world premiere. And it'll be on tblnfilms.com and a couple other websites. But here's the thing. I guarantee anyone who sees my movie, UFOs from Outer Space, is going to freak out, man. I've got stuff in there that no one's ever seen. It's just the epitome of UFOs coming in towards Earth from outer space, man. And people are going to freak out. They're going to love this film.
Let me ask you something. At any time during your career as a film producer, film director, ufologist, has anyone ever tried to block you from getting your truth out there? YouTube. YouTube is screwed with me, man. Has YouTube ever paid you the vast amount of money they owe you?
No, they owe me
Really?
about $30,000.
Unreal.
They have screwed me over. They have actually erased a lot of my subscribers from my website. They have erased the amount of viewers. They have erased people that have bought into my pay-per-view channel. I mean,
Right.
forget it, man.
Unreal.
YouTube owes me, man. I'm going to sue them next.
Why do you think people are doing this to you, Jose? Like I said, I've known you for nearly 24 years. I've never heard you say a bad word against anyone. I've known you to bend over backwards to help people.
Yeah, I think it's not YouTube, it's government. The government's messing with me, man. The Illuminati, the people that are involved in the big cover-ups,
Yeah.
they're the ones that are screwing with my money, man.
Do you think
You know,
they're-
the way they look at it is if we can keep this stupid Mexican from making enough money to survive, then we don't have to worry about him. But you know what, guys? Screw you, man. I'm getting even.
You know, I was just going to say, do you think the government is trying to break you? And you answered that question for me.
Yeah, screw them, man.
You know, Jose, if it wasn't for you, no one would know the story about the rods.
Oh, man. You know, and the thing is, I'm fixing to make my film. Now that I'm finishing up UFOs from Outer Space, I'm doing They Live in the Skies, which is going to be the ultimate rods film. And I have the evidence that proves rods are real. It's red cam footage. Red cam is the highest resolution camera available on the market today, and shot at 24 frames per second. I have super slow motion footage of a rod shot by the red cam that proves rods are real. And what that's going to mean is that it's going to change the paradigm. You know, we have an unidentified flying object that's been filmed in super high resolution, and it ends it all, man. There's no insects, none of that crap, man.
Wow. You know, the footage that I saw so many years ago when you and I first met, it's undeniable. It is undeniable.
Yeah, the footage of rods has been around for many years now. And, I mean, we've got rods traveling behind buildings, high in the sky. I mean, I've got the evidence, man. Forget it.
Well, plus when you were doing the X Zone TV show with us, you were telling us about the rods that appeared on NASA footage on Mars.
Yeah. We got the stuff, man. We don't make the stuff up.
Nope. You don't have, you know, this is why I say fact is stranger than fiction.
Hey, I always say, Rob, I present the evidence as it presents itself.
Yep.
I don't make anything up. I don't need to. You know.
Oh, my friend.
You know, what I love about you, Rob, is that you have me on your show and you allow me to speak my piece, man. And you know what? I totally love you for that, dude. Thank you so much for having me on.
Hey, you know you've always got an open door here, Jose. Just like my other guests, if they send me an email and say, Rob, this is what's going on. If it's earth breaking like this story is, I get them on the next day. Because
I totally appreciate you, man.
Hey.
And your show, by the way, is first and foremost what I feel is the real deal, man.
Oh,
you know?
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. It's a great compliment coming from you. The new UFO, the UFO Connection, your movie. How long did it take you to do the editing and to piece it together so that you, being the perfectionist when it comes to films and video that you are, where Jose looked at the final cut and said, all right, now it's ready. How long did that take you all told?
It took me 2 years to get this film done.
Wow.
And the reason is because I was getting videos from different people from all over the world.
Right.
And I had to distinguish what was the real deal and what was not. And so this movie has the real stuff.
That's because a real down-to-earth guy did it.
Thank you so much, man. I mean, I made sure that what I present, the evidence that I present it as it presents itself. You know?
Jose, for the people who may be joining us for the first time tonight, or, you know, who up until now haven't had the opportunity of listening to you, what would you like to tell the Exo Nation about the reality of UFOs? Because there's a lot of controversy out there. There's a lot of naysayers. There's a lot of disinformation being poured into the UFO community, not only by the government, not only by people who are self-proclaimed skeptics, but also other members of the UFO community who have a bit of jealousy and who have their own agendas. What is the truth about UFOs according to Jose Escamilla?
Okay, I'll tell you what. If you and I were to sit together next to each other at a coffee house, for example, and
no. Let's go to some other place. Let's go to a nice bar somewhere.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go to the Hard Rock Cafe.
Okay. All right.
Either way, man, you know, the thing is about UFOs is that they appear, it's a very random event. And when they do appear, you will catch them. You will see what is there in front of you. I feel that people are seeing UFOs every day. They're just not paying attention.
Gotcha.
UFOs are everywhere, man. And until you start paying attention and taking it into stride, you can be a non-believer or you can be a believer. But the bottom line is they are everywhere, and they're appearing every day.
You know, I just got an MSN or a Skype from one of my past guests who's listening to us. And he says, Rob, how come you're believing Jose, and when I was on your show, you were acting as a total skeptic? It's very simple. His first name is Len. I won't say his last name, but his first name is Len. Len, you never gave me any reason to believe you. I asked for evidence. You could not provide me any. When Jose and I were first talking, I challenged him about the rods. You know what Jose did? He sent me a DVD with the rods. I looked at them. I saw his evidence. I believed him. So whenever Jose Escamilla tells me anything now, I believe him. It's that simple.
Well, all I got to say about that is, you know, I do not pretend to make stuff up.
Yep.
I mean, I now have absolute evidence that rods are real. Shot at 200 frames per second using the Red Cam, which is the highest resolution camera in the world. Okay,
yeah.
And it's in super slow motion. The rod is a rod, man. I don't give a crap what you say. It is not an insect.
It is a rod. And if you saw the footage that I saw, you'd believe it. And that's why I said, Jose, whenever you tell me anything, I do not doubt you one bit. Hey, buddy, you and I have got to say so long for tonight. Let's keep in touch. And if you get that footage, I will get you on next week. How's that sound?
You got a deal. And you know what, Rob?
What's up, buddy?
Thank you so much, my brother. I love you. I want to give the best to all your listeners. And you guys, you just got to realize, I don't make stuff up, man.
Nope.
This is the real deal.
Jose, take care of yourself, my friend. And if there's anything we can do to help you with this current situation with Steven Spielberg or with any other project that you're on, you know that we'll be there for you.
I will keep in touch with you about the Steven Spielberg thing, and something's going to crack. So I will be in touch, Rob. Thank you. God bless you, man.
God bless you. Take care of yourself, Jose. Exo Nation, Jose Escamilla has been my guest this hour. A good friend, not only personally, but a good friend of the Exo Nation. I'll be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. as once again we cross the time-space continuum to this place that I call the X Zone. So until tomorrow night, so long, take care of each other, always keep your eyes to the sky and your heart to the light, and for the other networks that are going to be staying on for the final hour, I'll see you after the news. My name is Rob McConnell. This is the X Zone. Don't go away.